When Neil Armstrong stepped foot on the moon for the first time, the entire world watched in awe, and his words, "one giant leap for mankind," made it a celebration of our species. I mean, we got to the moon with the computing power of a pocket calculator. But when they planted a flag in the regolith in 1969, that was a flag of the United States of America only. And to me, that has always felt like a disconnect. Because when you're standing on the surface of the moon or Mars, for instance, what does the flag of an imaginary idea of a country and these invisible borders on a planet far away even mean? Like, why not plant a flag of where we all come from? Like a flag of planet Earth? In 2015, Oscar Pernefelt was doing his senior design project at the Beckmans College of Design here in Sweden. And he was asking a lot of the similar questions of why do we have city flags, state flags, country flags, even multinational flags like the EU? But then there's nothing beyond that. There's just no flag of planet Earth, or at least there wasn't one. And that was what he decided to do, to design one as his senior project. And immediately, that flag captured the world's imagination, and it made press for years afterwards. And now, a decade later, it is still going. I've made my way to Malmö, Sweden, where Oscar now lives and works. And I finally, after years of following this project, get to sit down and meet with him about the international flag of planet Earth.
Is it recording?
Yes.
My name is Oscar Pernefelt. In 2015, I designed a flag proposal for planet Earth. It just took off. It was crazy. And now, today, it's a nonprofit based in the US. We're promoting it and wanting people to get to know it, and also for everyone to use it, especially on Earth Day on April 22nd.
Before we go any deeper into the global ramifications of this school project that just won't end, let's talk about the design of the flag. It was a design project after all. The base of the flag is blue, of course, and that represents the blue planet because over 70% of our planet is water, and water is the thing that gives source to all life on this rock hurtling through space.
We had lots of different sketches and drafts of different color schemes, different ideas for it. For a while it was like a black background, given that it would represent Earth floating in space. For a little while it was green because of like the lushness of Earth, but then green is just one of the colors of nature. I toyed around with like a darker blue, like a navy blue, that would be something in between like the ocean and space. And also, of course, a lot of people see a light blue as a sign of peace, given the UN having it as its main color. But then the functionality of the flag was meant to work a lot in space. So you would have it in contrast either to like the black vastness of space, then you would need a clear blue to contrast that. And of course the flag itself would be placed upon a space suit or a shuttle, and then the contrast need to be there as well. So we landed in a very clear royal blue, some people call it.
This is why Oscar and I hit it off immediately, because he thinks like a designer, not an artist. Instead of picking a blue that he thought was the prettiest, he looked at it like a design problem. He saw how the blue was going to be used, and he found the one that fit the design criteria. Here's a quick reminder that flags are design objects. They are not art, they are not subjective. They have a job to do, and they can either pass that job or fail that job, and it all comes down to how well they are designed. If you would like to hear more about how flags are designed and not art, watch any of my other videos. On the field of blue is a flower, as he calls it, of interlocked rings, 7 of them. And as you kind of saw in the design process, Oscar played a lot with the rings and different ways to arrange them, including suns and other things, different colors. But they are interlocked because they depend on each other. Oscar ended up making actual metal rings and interlocking them in different ways to find the best arrangement that they interlocked and supported each other.
So the rings they are interlocked, almost like the Olympic rings. And the symbolic idea of that is that I wanted to show that all life is connected and also kind of have consequences on each other. It could be positive ones and it could be negative ones, but all actions are like affecting one another. We've gotten emailed 7 tattoos till this day, but not in of course, a perfect 2:3 ratio. It's just a artistic interpretation of it. You would see it as like going down on someone's arm, for instance. And that's amazing that it could be that diverse. It could be pins, it could be garden flags, it could be...
What a perfectly unplanned segue to show you that, hey, if you know us from social media or just from YouTube, I'm actually running a flag company here, and we sell the International Flag of Planet Earth in many different sizes. So if you need a flag, you know where to come. Also, if you don't have the space for a big old flag and you want like a patch, we got it. This goes on your water bottle. It's a sticker. You don't have to iron it. You don't have to sew it. We also have lapel pins if you want to put one on your suit. And of course, the sticker. You're about to see this on my suitcase. So let's go back to Sweden and I'll show you there. Now, I'll be honest, I've been following the International Flag of Planet Earth for quite a while, ever since 2015. And even back then, I knew this was a very bold idea to try and create a flag or a symbol for not just everyone, but everything. In fact, I found it so aspirational that I ended my first TED Talk with it back in, 2018 or something. What if we celebrated our humanity as much, if not more, than we celebrate our nationalities? As we become a spacefaring civilization and we go off into the stars, what do our nations mean anyway when you're standing on the surface of Mars or any other planet? And then, of course, back here on Earth, as our planet is facing a climate crisis, as our climate could be unlivable in our children or grandchildren's lifetime, I believe we need a strong symbol, a flag, to unite us to fight, not just as nations, but as a species. Thank you. One of the strengths of the design of the flag of planet Earth is it's so simple and so vague. Like, back then I saw it as a symbol of aspiration and progress, but Oscar doesn't see it that way. He didn't design it that way on purpose.
So when I designed this flag, it was filling a blank in a flag hierarchy. You would have like the city flag, the state flag, the national flags, the multilateral organizational flags, and then the planetary flag. So it just stands for a quite unemotional thing as the territory of the astronomical body of planet Earth. So that's like the boring answer. I would say that we're looking a lot towards what Carl Sagan said about the pale blue dot, that it is like on that little blue dot. Every religion that has ever existed has been there. Everyone you ever known has lived there. All the wars that have ever been fought has happened there. Everyone you have loved and will love lives there. It just represents everything that way. It's like, doesn't really take a stance in anything. But then of course I launched this in a time where climate crisis was on the agenda, much more than it is today, sadly. And then of course, we're in a time where polarization is just growing and growing. So of course people see the flag from different perspectives. For a climate activist, the flag is representing what they are trying to save. From perhaps an American that has just gone through a very polarized election, this flag stands for the unity and like the forgiveness of having different opinions in specific subjects. So it could stand for a lot of things, but sometimes when people ask me of like, what does this stand for? I just say that it stands for planet Earth. And then they would have follow-up questions of, do you have like an ideology or religion behind this? And we're very clear on that this flag is non-religious and it's not linked to any political affiliation at all. For us, that's very important. So it's quite amazing that it have affected lots of people for different ways, and we're just trying to facilitate in the best way we can.
This flag is rising during a time when identity is shifting, possibly faster than any other time in human history. Even 50 years ago, your personal identity was probably defined by where you were born, the beliefs of your parents, all of that. But now we are so hyper-connected and hyper-mobile that we get to choose our identities far more than any other generation of humans.
Some people are against viewing themselves as globalist, but I feel like you could see this flag as one part of your identity. It doesn't need to scrap that you are American or that you're bisexual or anything like that. But I didn't really see that there was something that would visually represent if you identify as like a citizen of Earth. And now you do.
You might be thinking, like, what's next for the flag of planet Earth? Because there's no world government to make this official, right? Even though the conspiracy theorists would love you to believe that there is. Where do we go from here with this flag?
A random person on the street, you would show them the rainbow flag and ask them, what does this stand for? I haven't done this, but I would guess like 8 out of 10 would know that it is for the LGBTQ community. We mimic a lot the strategy that the pride flag of Gilbert Baker did back in the 70s. And since then, it has just grown into becoming what I would say is a quite official symbol for that community. In 2016, they became an emoji. I think it's quite interesting that it's a company like Unicode that decides if a flag is official or not. And that's amazing. So that's something we're working towards. Having the Earth flag becoming an emoji is a very tangible and clear goal. Having the flag acknowledged and recognized by cities, municipalities, countries, that's our very tangible goals. My personal goal, when I kind of envision and keep going, is when I see it on like a bootleg printed t-shirt in a market, in an alley somewhere, then I know this is real.
This and every Earth Day, first and foremost, make small changes to your lifestyle that benefit our planet, but also take this day to celebrate this beautiful place that has given us everything. Whether that means you fly a flag of planet Earth or you're the next person to get a planet Earth tattoo. Whether the international flag of planet Earth inspires you to save the planet in some way, or if it's the only flag that seems to fit your identity nowadays, when all the other ones are politicized and polarized, there is no wrong way to use this flag. It's out there, and it's only going to keep growing in use.
Astronauts, they talk a lot about while leaving Earth, they have like a psychological effect on them called the overview effect, which is kind of reminds them that borders, they don't really exist. They see it from afar and they see like, oh wow, we're all in this together. All of our challenges and possibilities are all of ours. A lot of people don't really get the chance to leave this planet, and then they won't really experience that overview effect. So what that does is it brings down that effect in a flag format. So every time this flag is shown and flown, it reminds people of that we share this planet, we need to take care of it, and that we're all in it together, basically.
I had such an incredible time meeting Oscar for the first time, and we were firm friends right off the bat. We had such an incredible conversation that was so long that I had to cut out most of it, and I'm talking like juicy stuff like this.
Some people will get born on Mars. Are those Martians or are those Earthlings on Mars? There's lots of new flags to make here.
So I have now taken that long conversation and made it a separate video. So if you are somebody who wants to get into the nerdy gritty of what it even means to have a flag of Earth, you can go watch it. I'm Michael from Flags for Good. Let me know in the comments what flag you want me to dissect next, and I'll see you there. As a flag... Shut up.
How do I do this? It's like I've never filmed a video before. What the hell? I guess I'm doing that. I don't know.
One giant leap for mankind. Stop texting me.
Flag of international. Nope, that's not what it's called. I swear I write these scripts, I just can't say them.
That was a flag of the United States of America. This is ridiculous.
The global ramifications of a flag of planet Earth. If I could walk straight, Jesus, it's like I'm drunk. This is going great. This is going great, everyone.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Stay there. Yes, even better. Pose. Oh, this video is gonna go viral now. You're standing on the moon or Mars. I can't.